Let's make some bread. I don't make bread very often only because when I do make bread, I make a lot of bread. I have about 4 batches to do, which will probably get somewhere between like 8 and 12 loaves of bread, if not a few more. We shall see. I don't use a recipe, but I'm gonna walk you through my process. This is actually my sourdough starter that I started for my little sister's birthday. So shout out to you. I love you so much. And I'm just gonna put a little bit aside in this jar to keep that going. And hopefully later on this year, I can give them some of their bread from their starter from their birthday. I don't know, I'm weird. I love you. Bye. Just going to scoop a little just like this. Drip, drip, stop dripping. Okay, okay, okay. Stop dripping. I have to wait for the right moment and then, haha. It's only because I don't want to use a funnel because I don't feel like getting it dirty and then having to clean it. So I'm gonna put about a cup of the starter into each of my 4 individual batches. And like I said, I'm really bad with recipes, but I use about a cup of starter and then 3 cups of water or really liquid of your choice. You could even use chicken stock if you wanted to. Yeah, you could use chicken stock, you could use milk if you wanted to. You could use a lot of different things. Even though my sourdough starter is active, I always get so nervous, so I just make a little extra yeast ready to go, and I use a little bit of this in each of my batches just in case my yeast isn't bubbly enough, it's not doing its job. I like to put as much nutrition as possible in everything I make, but particularly my bread, because I feel like you always feel people have made us feel bad about eating bread, and I don't think it should be. I don't think it's that as bad as people say. So, I like to add a bunch of things so that you can say that you're eating almost a whole like meal every time you're having bread and not just useless calories, I guess. I don't know. Make your calories work for you. So over here we have kale powder, beetroot powder, um, green hearts, salt. This is garlic, onion, and this is a mix of pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. And then in the middle here, we have some ground rolled oats to go in here. And underneath, there's some, it's actually a blend of wheat flour and bread flour. I actually normally do mostly wheat flour, but I need to get, I have new bags of flour and they need to be put away. So you do what you got to do. I blended up some, uh, blended up the leftover flour together, and this is what we got, and this is what we're gonna eat. Like I said, I have 4 batches ready to go. This is 3. The other one's like ready to go in the mixer. Just gonna give this a little mix so I don't have any random clumps. I mean, I could sift this, but sifting is such a process, I swear. I just don't care most of the time. And you're gonna need this anyway at a certain point, so you're gonna get, like, there's some beetroot lumps in here, but that's pretty much the only lumps that should actually. Nothing else clumps as much. But you just give it a good stir to get all that stuff together. You're gonna add more flour to this anyway. Come on! Lumps! No, 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 no! And also, once you add the water, that'll help to break some of this up. And yeah, just the kneading and the whole process of actually making this will make this a lot better. I do like to use oil in my bread because it helps the texture stay nice and soft. So just a quarter cup, as well as I make my own ghee. So I like to take a nice little healthy tablespoon, and that's more so for flavor. We're gonna also brush the tops of this with ghee, and it's just gonna give it such an amazing aroma. And if you don't know that, like, smell is one of your most powerful scents, and you'll it'll trigger a lot of happy memories when you smell that browned butter, the way that you make ghee. And it has an amazing shelf life too, but the smell, if you could smell this, oh! Just gonna give this a little mix to mix in the starter with the water and the extra active yeast that I forgot to put in the beginning, but I got it in there. So said before, that is just in case, because I've had some bad batches of bread. I've been doing this for an extremely long time. Now we're just gonna pour this in carefully, because I don't know, there's something weird about this spout. On the smaller one, it doesn't do this, but it likes to run back on it on itself, and it creates, see, it's trying to do it now, creates a lot of problems, honestly. I don't know why it does that. Oh no, we got leave-ins. Okay, we're gonna have to get a little spatula and get all that goodness out. Hold on. Can't leave any of the goodness. Ooh. Chill out, goodness. And this is just like such delicious flavor that it's so incredibly difficult to buy, to be perfectly honest. Even though I'm not in, what is it, San Francisco, I believe, is famous for their sourdough, I do pretty good. And like, all right, let's get this going. Latch it down so it doesn't go everywhere, because you are making bread, and a lot of time there's a lot of friction and tension when you're making bread. So this can go like the head of this, I have it locked down here, but it'll start to move if you don't. Start it on nice and low, so it can just start to incorporate the ingredients and the little bit of flour that you started with. But that's all mixed together. We're gonna add the flour mixture. It's probably gonna need a couple of these, if I'm honest. I'll see really quickly how it's coming together or not. And then each batch after this will be so much easier, because I'll know exactly, approximately how much flour will go in, and it won't vary too much.